super dark. I didn't think I was ever consider myself light-skinned, but after taking off my ring, I'm so dark now, I feel like I'm supposed to talk like this. If you lose it and go shoot up the Coliseum, then you would call us. Because as soon as they give me my time, then I'll be picked up by military police and the JAGs and taken in front of a military judge, in which that time I would get a 12-step program and probably a year and a half program. My girl who's currently still locked up. Hey, Katie, baby, I love you and I think about you all the time, and I can't wait to see you.
Thank you. South Carolina.
Hi, my name is Suron I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I got out here to take vacation, me, my girl, and her mother. We checked out of our hotel room around, I guess, 12, and we were looking through our options to either re-up in their hotel room if somebody else canceled, or another hotel. And that time, about 45 minutes later, a cop showed up, arrested us, and we had just booked one of those walkthroughs with like the Sheridan or whatever, where you get 3 days and 4 nights, and they give you like 30% of your money, like 75% of your money back on a gift card or whatnot.
Right.
We had that book. We ended up missing that as well because we were locked up for loitering. I ended up signing one of those get out of jail free things, which I think is not extortion, coercion, because it's either wait in jail until your date or technically like 60 days, and the charge don't carry but 8 days. So I went ahead and signed that, and kind of been stuck here because I'm waiting on my girl and her mom because they had hired, what is it called, bail funds of mine.
Got you.
So I'm just now getting a chance to go visit her on Monday. So.
How long have you been out here? How long has this been going on?
Let's see. After getting out of jail for 8 days, probably about another 8 days. So in that time, I've got super dark. I didn't think I was ever consider myself light-skinned, but after taking off my ring, I'm so dark now, I feel like I'm supposed to talk like this.
You say it a little louder, please.
Onesha Green.
Onesha Green. And how do you two know each other?
We met out here, actually the day that I got out of jail, we met out too.
Yeah.
And where are you from, Miss Onesha?
I'm from Andrews, South Carolina, on the other side of Georgetown.
Okay. And what brings you here?
Well, really, my mother passed in 2019, and when my mom died, my mom was my best friend. She was everything to me, and this is my first year actually being homeless, I would say. But I have no family, so I came to Myrtle Beach, and one of my friends who I graduated with, he told me about the program in Myrtle Beach, and I came here, and that's basically how I got here, and yeah.
And what do you two do to sustain while you're on the streets? How are you taking care of yourselves? How are you surviving?
Lately, I've just been blessed. I went and took a dip in the beach, came back, my backpack was stolen and things. I found this place called Fresh Brew Coffee Shop. They feed you and your first coffee's free, and you hang around there, and a lot of places come in there. Then they have a great place called The Kitchen, or it's like a soup kitchen thing, which is actually good freaking food. The lady seasons food well and everything. The people in South Carolina are a blessing, even though the police here are the best words, asshats, I believe I can use. So pardon my French on that. Like the other day, I called the bus stop in North Myrtle because the guy told me that he'd give me a free bike. But once I got there, his whole story changed up, and he was wanting me to steal a bike. And I told him I'd walk all the way to South Beach before I do that. On my travels back here walking, I ended up making it by the mall. I went around looking and checking just stuff, just whatever. I looked in the trash can by the bait and pro shop. It was 2 whole boats sitting in there, and they were about 20 to 24 foot long. And I was walking around the trailer. I was like, oh, you must be the guy that was gonna pick up the boats, because I saw a dude with a trailer that was like 25 freaking feet. In my mind, it's like 1 + 1 = 2. But come to find out, he was going to North Carolina to pick up some lawnmowers. And I told him my story about the bike and why I was trying to get back here. He said, if you don't mind for a second, I'd like to bless you a little bit. He said, as soon as my wife get here. It took about 20 minutes and it started to look like it was about to rain. Told him I was getting ready to go ahead and walk. He encouraged me to stay. He gave me $50 and I said a prayer for him and everything. And I could always consider myself as a macho person, but his kindness and generosity broke me down. I cried, gave him a hug and everything. And he also gave me his number. Told me he was in his work vehicle, but if I wait till Monday, he'll be in his personal vehicle, wouldn't be able to give me a ride back to Winston, so I can at least put in for my ID. So while I'm down here, I can start working and getting things moving. And I hear they have a great VA program down here. I'm also a Navy veteran.
Okay. Did you serve overseas?
Yes, sir. 9/11 happened while I was in boot camp. So I had 2 wars that I was in, Iraqi freedom and a war on terrorism.
Okay, yes, sir. Thank you for your service.
Yes, sir.
Right.
And as for me, you know, staying on the streets, we're actually staying under the pier, under the sky wheel. We sleep there every night. It's crazy, but you know, you surround yourself with positive people just to get along, with friends people that are good to you. It's not really safe on the streets, but
How is it dangerous?
you got people like comes by, they steal, you know, there's murderers here, the drug habits, you know, things like that.
Are the drugs a huge problem out here?
Well, it's actually probably
The
in the
people
hood.
that's
Yeah.
on them is more the problem than the drugs themselves.
Gotcha.
You have to have a discerning spirit about yourself to think about the people that you want to be around. One thing that made us friends, we just treat each other like how we want to be treated. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have a lot of funds, but when I do come into something, I look out for the people that's around me. And the same, I noticed with him, like when he first got out of jail, he didn't remember me from that. We had walked down to the store to get some cigarettes or whatnot. Me, him, and another female. We walked there. When we got there, he offered to buy us some drinks or whatnot. And one day I saw him. I asked him, like, hey, how you doing? This, that, and third. You got any cash in your pocket? He was like, nah. And I broke him off a little bit of change and whatnot. And I was like, it's not a lot, but it's, you know, something to make sure that you don't get thirsty or whatever. And just been hanging and chilling ever since. You know, every time we see each other, stop, have a great freaking conversation, man, hang out and chill, gives us a little bit of normalcy to our life a little bit.
Gotcha.
And another thing that, you know, the resources here as of living, they don't have Section 8 programs, housing authority programs, all that shut down right now. And trying to get an apartment when you're on disability is real hard, you know. So you got this ECHO program, but the ECHO program takes like a year or 2 years just for you to, whenever they call your name.
So you were saying in the hood, the drug issue is a little more problematic, so to speak?
Oh yeah, it is.
How so?
Well, I just got here to Myrtle Beach, but from what I've seen going to the soup kitchen, because it's right across the street, you just see a lot of drugs that people overdosing off of, what's the name of it? Fentanyl. That's real bad.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
Now, may I ask a personal question?
Mm-hmm.
Do either of you two use any drugs or narcotics?
My main thing is I vape.
Yes, sir.
I do weed. I have used cocaine back in the days.
Okay.
But I was clean for 4 years now since my mom was dead. You know, because I have to survive.
Okay.
So, but yeah.
So you've been clean for 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's awesome. Awesome. Okay. And outside of government assistance, is there any family or any other means or methods you guys can utilize to, get housing and get into a different situation?
Since I've been here, I have to get down to the VA. I was told about Helping Hands, but the lady there was such, to me, I say rude, because she said she couldn't find me in the system. I told her the same thing with the police station. They thought I gave them a fake name, but I'm 42 years old, and the only thing that I have on my record is a misdemeanor weed charge with a misdemeanor, paraphernalia charge. I had got it from one of the vape stores or whatnot, some marijuana, and up in King, North Carolina. They wasn't gonna miss a chance to, I guess, screw a brother over. So much so that I know 9 o'clock starts court, right? I've never seen a courthouse get out at 10:15 to screw somebody over, because at like 7:55 I had called, and the clerk of court had so happened to pick up the phone. I let them know that I was having car trouble, and that where I had to go to court was like an hour and a half away. So at 10:15 I called and just told them I was up the street, and I was really pulling into the parking lot at that time. By the time I finished, making sure that I didn't have any metals or anything on me, and taking my bed off to leave in the car, I just see the courtroom doors open and people start flooding out. And I was like, I've never seen them take lunch this early. It's only like 10:15. I go in there, they tell me to go to the clerk of court office. The person who told me to go there was the guy who was calling out the names for court. So he heard my name and realized that I had missed court. They had me stand in there like 30 minutes by myself with like 2 or 3 cops behind me just to be able to take me to jail. I wasn't even in the system yet, so how was that legal for them to make me stand there and them to try to push the paperwork through? Because after that, they took me up to the jail thing, and I was sitting out there for like another 3 hours until the paperwork pushed through.
Have you ever contacted an attorney regarding your civil rights possibly being violated?
I could have went ahead and did that and got it, probably my little bail money back. But at that point in time, I didn't want to sully the lawyer that I would use, which is my sister's baby dad. He's like the leading lawyer in Durham. I started thinking about more of his cases and how things would possibly turn when he goes against a judge. You know what I mean? It's like a closed network system with that stuff.
Good old boys club type of situation.
And I didn't want to put him in the mix of that.
All right. You mentioned earlier, both of you, that the police are menacing, so to speak. That's the sense I got. Could you both care to elaborate on that?
Myrtle Beach area, they are so much more of a nuisance to the public, especially if they think that you're homeless. Like, I own my home in North Carolina. That's what I had to end up doing, giving my address and all the other stuff, just for the police to be able to possibly pull me up. Because I don't know if it's from my military background or whatever, because what I told last time I called in and tried to use their lawyers, they was like, oh, for us right now, you don't want to use us for this. It's like 3 months, whatever, that's nothing. It's like, if I was to actually supposed to amp out or something, like the example they gave me was, if you would lose it and go shoot up the Coliseum, then you would call us. Because as soon as they give me my time, then I'll be picked up by military police and the JAGs and taken in front of a military judge, in which that time I would get a 12-step program and probably 1.5 years probation.
And for me, my first charge was about 2 weeks ago when the storm came through. We had a tropical storm here. It's a bandit hotel near the Dolphin Mat. We had nowhere to go. So I took shelter there, and they locked me up for taking shelter there. I got a PR bond because this is my first time being locked up, but yeah, they
said, what kind of bond was that?
A PR.
Hey, what does that mean? What does that entail?
I guess it's your first offense. Your first offense.
Okay.
Charge and yeah.
How long were you detained overall?
It was for a day or so.
Okay. Well, we definitely appreciate you guys sharing your story. I mean, is there any loved ones or anyone you want to, reach out to or say something to that may happen to see this video?
The only person I can think of is my girl who's currently still locked up. Hey, Katie, baby, I love you, and I think about you all the time, and I can't wait to see you.
All right.
My Aunt Marilyn, who raised me, Murphy, my sisters, Andrea, Adrian Green, Helena, and Trina Green, of Colorado. I love you guys, and buzz up.
All right.
I'm keeping my head above water.